If you're over 60 and your knees, hips, or hands feel stiff, especially in the morning, I want you to hear this. You're not imagining it, and you're not just getting old. What you eat every single day may be quietly adding fuel to the fire inside your joints. Today, I'm going to walk you through 7 foods that research has linked to higher inflammation and more joint discomfort for many older adults. And here's the part most videos skip. At the end, I'll show you exactly what to eat instead. Simple, affordable foods you can find at any grocery store in America. But before we get to food number 1, the one that might already be sitting in your refrigerator right now, let me say something important. This video is for education only, not a diagnosis, not a treatment, and not a reason to stop any medication your doctor prescribed. Every body is different. What bothers one person's joints may not bother another's. But if you stay with me for the next few minutes, you'll walk away with a clear, simple plan you can actually follow starting this week. Deal? Good. Let's begin. Why food matters. Here's the simple version of what's going on. Arthritis isn't just one disease. For many seniors, it shows up as osteoarthritis, wear and tear in the joints. For others, it's rheumatoid arthritis, where the immune system attacks the joints. Different causes. But both can involve inflammation, your body's alarm system. Think of inflammation like a small campfire in your joint. A little is normal, but when you keep feeding that fire with the wrong foods day after day, the fire grows. And that's when you feel more stiffness, more aching, more of that frustrating morning pain when you first stand up. Now here's the hopeful part, and this is backed by real research. A 2023 systematic review published in peer-reviewed literature found that Western-style diets, heavy in processed foods, sugar, and fried foods, were linked to worse osteoarthritis symptoms over time. But diets rich in whole foods, vegetables, fish, nuts, olive oil, the kind of eating pattern often called the Mediterranean diet, were linked to slower symptom progression and less pain for many people. So food doesn't replace your doctor, but it can be a powerful partner. Now let's count down, starting with number 7, and yes, number 1 is the one I see most seniors get wrong. Number 7, white bread, crackers, and refined carbohydrates. I know, this one hurts. Because for a lot of us, toast at breakfast and a sandwich at lunch feel like the easy, comfortable choice. But here's what happens. When you eat white bread, white crackers, white pasta, and most pastries, your body breaks them down very fast, almost like sugar. That quick spike can trigger the release of inflammatory messengers in your body called cytokines. Researchers have noted that digesting refined sugars and starches can activate these signals. Over time, for some people, that means more aching, not just in the joints, but sometimes more fatigue too. What to do instead? Don't panic. You don't have to give up bread forever. Try switching to whole grain bread. Look for the first ingredient to say whole wheat or whole grain. Or try a small portion of oatmeal in the morning instead of white toast. Small swap. Real difference over time. And speaking of breakfast, food number 6 is something millions of Americans eat every single morning. Number 6, processed meats. Bacon, hot dogs, deli ham, sausage, bologna. These are convenient, they're tasty, and for many seniors, they've been part of breakfast and lunch for decades. But here's what the research says. Processed and red meats are often high in compounds called advanced glycation end products. You'll hear me call them AGEs. AGEs form when meat is processed, cured, smoked, or cooked at very high heat. And studies have found that higher AGE levels are associated with more inflammation and may contribute to stiffer, more painful joints over time. The Arthritis Foundation and multiple rheumatology experts recommend limiting processed meats, not necessarily eliminating them forever, but treating them as an occasional food, not a daily habit. Simple swap. Instead of bacon or deli meat at lunch, try grilled chicken, canned tuna, eggs, or beans. Same protein, less inflammatory baggage. Now, food number 5, this one isn't about what you eat, it's about how it's cooked, and I bet you do this at least once a week. Number 5, fried foods and heavily charred grilled meats. Fried chicken, French fries, onion rings, deep fried fish, and yes, that burger blackened on the grill. When protein and fat are cooked at high, dry heat, frying, grilling, broiling, roasting until charred, AGE levels shoot up dramatically. Research from institutions including the University of Copenhagen has studied how high AGE meals compared to low AGE meals, and found that high AGE meals were linked to higher markers of inflammation in the body. For your joints, that matters, because cartilage, the cushion in your knee and hip, becomes stiffer as AGEs accumulate with age. That stiffness means less shock absorption, more grinding, more pain. Here's the good news, and this is practical. You don't have to stop eating meat. Change how you cook it. Poach or stew chicken instead of frying it. Bake fish with lemon and herbs. Marinate meat in lemon juice or vinegar before grilling. This can reduce AGE formation. Use slow cooker recipes, moist heat, lower AGEs. Same meal, different cooking method. Happier joints. Stay with me because food number 4 is the one I see in almost every senior's refrigerator, and it might be the sneakiest one on this list. Number 4, sugary drinks, regular soda, sweet tea, fruit punch, many fruit juices, even the ones that look healthy on the label. One can of regular soda can have nearly 10 teaspoons of sugar. Sweet tea at a restaurant? Sometimes even more. And here's why this matters so much for your joints. When you drink liquid sugar, there's no fiber to slow it down. It hits your bloodstream fast. Your body releases insulin, and along with that comes a cascade of inflammatory signals. A comprehensive review of nutrition and rheumatoid arthritis, published in 2025, noted that high consumption of sugary drinks, combined with poor overall diet quality, was associated with higher risk and greater severity of inflammatory joint conditions. Even if you don't have rheumatoid arthritis, if you have osteoarthritis in your knees, excess sugar can still make inflammation worse and contribute to weight gain. And every extra pound puts about 4 pounds of pressure on your knees when you walk. Simple swaps. Water with a slice of lemon or cucumber. Unsweetened iced tea. Add your own tiny bit of honey if needed. Sparkling water with a splash of real fruit. If you want juice, make it a small glass of real juice, not a daily habit. I had one viewer tell me she switched from 2 sodas a day to sparkling water with lemon, and within 3 weeks, she noticed less swelling in her fingers. That's one person, not a guarantee, but it shows what's possible. Food number 3 is hiding in the snack aisle, and it's probably in your pantry right now. Number 3, packaged snack foods. Potato chips, cookies, donuts, packaged muffins, crackers with a long list of ingredients you can't pronounce. These foods are what nutrition researchers call ultra-processed. They're designed to taste amazing and last forever on the shelf. But that convenience comes at a cost. They tend to combine 3 things that work against your joints: refined flour, added sugar, unhealthy fats, including trans fats in some older products, and high amounts of omega-6 oils. Trans fats and certain processed fats have been linked to increased inflammation in multiple studies, and the Arthritis Foundation specifically recommends limiting processed snack foods as part of an anti-inflammatory eating pattern. Here's what I want you to hear. I'm not asking you to never eat a cookie again. I'm asking you to stop making these your default snack. Better options that actually taste good. A small handful of walnuts or almonds. Research shows nuts are linked to lower inflammatory markers. Apple slices with a thin spread of peanut butter. Carrot sticks with hummus. A few whole grain crackers with cheese. Food number 2 is something a lot of seniors enjoy socially, and I want to handle this one carefully and honestly. Number 2, excessive alcohol. Let me be clear, this isn't about judging anyone. A glass of wine with dinner has been part of many people's lives for years. But when alcohol becomes a daily heavy habit, multiple drinks per day, research suggests it can contribute to inflammation and may interfere with how your body processes nutrients that support joint health. Heavy alcohol use is also linked to gout, a painful form of arthritis that often attacks the big toe, but can affect other joints too. Gout flares are triggered in part by certain compounds in alcohol and by sugary mixed drinks. What does the research-friendly advice look like? If you drink, limit to moderate amounts. That's up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 for men, per US health guidelines. If you have gout or your doctor has told you to avoid alcohol, follow your doctor's advice. Choose water between drinks if you do have a glass of wine at a family dinner. This isn't about never enjoying life. It's about protecting the joints that let you enjoy it. And now, food number 1. The one that ties everything together. The one that might be doing the most damage. Not because it's one single food, but because of how often it shows up on your plate. Number 1 isn't just one food, it's a pattern. I call it the Western plate, and I see it everywhere. White toast at breakfast, deli sandwich and chips at lunch, fried meat with mashed potatoes and a soda at dinner, cookies before bed. Each item alone might seem harmless. I've eaten this way my whole life. But research published in the Journal of Nutrition tested what happens when people switch from a Western-style diet to an anti-inflammatory diet rich in fish, whole grains, fruits, nuts, and berries. In participants who stuck closely to the healthier pattern, researchers found lower markers of systemic inflammation, including improvements in blood tests that measure inflammation in the body. That's not one food fix, that's a pattern fix. And here's why I put this at number 1. Because you can cut out soda and still eat a daily Western plate. You can skip the chips but still eat fried food every night. The real enemy is the daily habit. The combination of sugar, processed meat, fried food, and refined carbs, meal after meal, year after year. The good news? You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. You just need to start shifting the pattern, one meal at a time. And that's exactly what the next section is about. Eat this instead. All right, you've heard the 7 foods and patterns to cut back on. Now let me give you the 7 foods to eat more of, backed by research, easy to find, and gentle on a senior budget. Number 1, fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. Fatty fish are one of the best sources of omega-3 fatty acids, healthy fats that research has linked to lower inflammatory proteins in the blood, including C-reactive protein. A 2023 meta-analysis of 9 clinical trials found that omega-3 supplementation was associated with reduced arthritis pain and improved joint function in people with osteoarthritis. Goal? Try to eat fatty fish twice a week. Canned salmon and sardines count, and they're affordable. Number 2, extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil is a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, the eating pattern most studied for joint health. It's rich in antioxidants and healthy fats that may help reduce inflammatory activity in the body. Goal: use olive oil for salads and low-heat cooking. Even 1 to 2 tablespoons a day can be part of a joint-friendly pattern. Number 3, colorful vegetables: broccoli, spinach, peppers, kale. Vegetables like broccoli, spinach, kale, and bell peppers are loaded with vitamins C and K, nutrients that the Arthritis Foundation notes may help support joint health and reduce inflammatory markers. Goal: fill half your plate with vegetables at lunch and dinner. Frozen vegetables count. They're just as nutritious and easier to prepare. Number 4, berries and citrus fruits. Blueberries, strawberries, oranges, and grapefruit are rich in antioxidants that help fight oxidative stress, another driver of joint damage. Goal: add a handful of berries to your breakfast or a whole orange as an afternoon snack. Number 5, walnuts and almonds. A study tracking people over 15 years found that those who ate the most nuts had a significantly lower risk of dying from inflammatory diseases. Nuts are also a good source of protein and healthy fats, important for maintaining muscle as you age. Goal: a small handful, about 10 to 12 almonds or walnut halves, as a daily snack, not the whole bag. Nuts are healthy, but they're calorie-dense. Number 6, beans and lentils. Beans are loaded with fiber and plant protein. Research has found that higher fiber intake was associated with less progression of osteoarthritis symptoms and less worsening of pain. They're also inexpensive. A can of beans costs less than a bag of chips. Goal: add beans to soups, salads, or rice dishes 3 to 4 times a week. Number 7, turmeric with black pepper. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound that multiple clinical trials have studied for knee osteoarthritis. A 2022 meta-analysis of 15 studies with over 1,600 patients found that curcumin was more effective than placebo for reducing knee pain and improving function. Important: regular turmeric spice in your cabinet may not have enough curcumin. And curcumin supplements can interact with medications, especially blood thinners, so talk to your doctor before taking any supplement. For cooking, try adding turmeric to soups, rice, or scrambled eggs, and always add a pinch of black pepper, which helps your body absorb it. I promised you something practical. Here is your 7-day starter plan. No extreme dieting, no expensive supplements. Day 1. Replace one sugary drink with water or unsweetened tea. Day 2. Swap white bread for whole grain at one meal. Day 3. Add one serving of vegetables to lunch and dinner. Day 4. Try one meal with fatty fish. Canned salmon on a salad counts. Day 5. Replace one packaged snack with a small handful of nuts. Day 6. Cook one meal using moist heat, bake, stew, or slow cook instead of fry. Day 7. Review your week. Notice how your joints feel in the morning. Write it down. That's it. 7 small changes, not 7 perfect days. Let's bring it home. The 7 foods and patterns to limit. 7. White bread and refined carbs. 6. Processed meats. 5. Fried and charred foods. 4. Sugary drinks. 3. Packaged snack foods. 2. Excessive alcohol. The daily Western plate, the combination habit. The 7 foods to eat more of. Fatty fish, olive oil, colorful vegetables, berries and citrus, nuts, beans, turmeric with black pepper. Remember, no food cures arthritis, but the right eating pattern may help you feel better, move easier, and take more control of your health. If this video helped you, please hit the like button. It helps other seniors find this information. Subscribe if you want more simple, honest health tips made for people over 60. And tell me in the comments, which food on this list surprised you the most? I read every comment. Take care of yourself. Your joints will thank you for every small step you take starting today. I'll see you in the next video.